Hello boys and girls, and it's great to have you back at Messy Church. And again, you're watching Messy Church at home and I'm recording here at church, but that's okay because you can still be a part of it. Now we're going to start today's Messy Church with a song that most of you, well I think everybody knows. It's all about Jesus' love. And it's Jesus' love is very wonderful. So if you click on the link now, if you pause this and click on the link, you'll be able to sing that song. Brilliant. I hope you joined in with the song and I hope you remembered the actions, because that song was all about Jesus' love for us, and there's nothing can stop us from knowing that love apart from, well, we're going to find out. We have been learning about Jesus and about his great big plan for the earth, or God's great big plan for the earth. And Jesus was part of it. Jesus coming to earth was part of that great big plan. And last time we heard about Jesus meeting all his disciples, and they were all different sorts of people. I wonder, can you remember any of their names? Maybe you got some of those right. But he met them, but they went with him because they wanted to learn all about him, a lot more about him. And their lives were changed because of that. But some of the people Jesus met, their lives were changed too. But they didn't go around with Jesus, but their lives were changed for the better. And one of those people we're going to meet today is going to end up in this tree. Oh, there's already, Zing's already up there. Hello, Zing. I'm glad you're back again. What are you doing here? Let me hear you. You're coming to hear Messy Church again. That's brilliant. Now, there's something different about you. You've got a purse. There's money in it. How did you get the money in the purse? Oh, you got the money in the purse by doing a job. Okay, what was the job? Playing an alien in a TV programme. Well, I can understand that. So they actually give you money for that. Can I see it? Oh, here, they paid you very, very well. Let me see. Oh, you've got lots of money in there. Now, you see the thing when you work and earn money? You have to pay tax on it. You don't know what tax is? Well, tax is the money we have to give to the government. And it means that they can fix the roads, and they can pay people to do jobs, and they take away your bins and things like that. We have to pay tax. So you haven't paid any tax. So if I paid, well, I pay the tax for you, so you're just right. We want to keep you right. Okay, right. I'm going to take some of your money and I'm going to put it in this box, and this is the government's tax box. Okay? Yeah, it kind of does look quite a bit of money, but that's just what happens, and that's what you have to do. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to give your money back in a wee minute. I just have to do one more thing, okay? I've got a box. Money in it too. I'm going to take some of that. What? No, I didn't take. What? No, I took your money and we put it in there. Yeah, well, I kind of did have a box. Yes. I have my box. Yeah, there is an awful lot of money in that box. Well, you see, every time I've collected tax from somebody, I've kind of taken some of it. No, that's not a good thing to do. That's a really bad thing. Well, I was going to use it for things for me. Okay. Right, I'll give you that money back, okay? And yeah, I'll promise not to do it again. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to put it in your, don't worry, I'm putting it in your purse. Don't panic. Oh, some of it's fallen out, but we'll make sure you have it all. There you are, back in the purse. That's your money now, and I won't take any more. Okay? Whew. He got a bit annoyed there, didn't he? Well, we're going to tell a story about somebody who met Jesus who was a bit like that. This is Zacchaeus. Now, Zacchaeus had a job of a tax collector. I think some of you have remembered that we talked about tax collectors the last day, because Matthew, who followed Jesus, was a tax collector as well. So the people didn't really like tax collectors because they took money for the government and the rulers, the people who were ruling at that time. But some of them were okay and some of them were good, but some of them were a bit like Zacchaeus, who actually then not only took money for the government, took some for himself as well. So Zacchaeus, that was his job. He had to go round and collect the tax. And he gave some to the government, but because of the way he was, he took some for himself. But the people kind of knew he was doing this, but there was nothing they could do about it. But Zacchaeus was one of the people who heard that Jesus was going to come to town one day. Now, Zacchaeus wasn't very tall, and he really, really wanted to meet Jesus. But the day that Jesus came to town, there was a big crowd, and Zacchaeus couldn't see. He tried to look round them, he jumped up and down, but you know, you can't really see a lot jumping up and down. And he tried to look the other way, but he couldn't see them. So he had an idea. There was a tree beside him, and it was a sycamore tree, and it kind of wouldn't have been like this. This is autumn and the leaves are all falling off, but it would have been lots of leaves on that tree. And he thought, I know what I can do. I can climb up that tree to see Jesus. So the crowds were all below and he climbed up. Let's see if Zacchaeus is going to stay there. Hopefully, I'll help him. And he thought, this is brilliant. I can see Jesus and I will be able to hear him. But he flew out of the tree. No, he didn't. Let's put him up there. Let's see if we can plant him a wee bit better. There we are. We'll put Zing's purse up there. Is that okay? I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the money. So Zacchaeus got into the tree. Well, Jesus came along and he started talking to the crowds. My goodness, that was a big bit of wind. We'll put him back up again. Let's see. I might have to hold him. In the tree. There we are. So, there's my crowd. And they had come to see Jesus. And Zacchaeus could see him. He thought, brilliant, my plan has worked. But Jesus, being Jesus, knew that somebody else was watching him. And he knew exactly who that person was. And he looked up and he saw Zacchaeus in the tree. And he said, Zacchaeus, what are you doing up there? And Zacchaeus said, well, so many crowds came to see you that I couldn't see you, and I really wanted to hear what you had to say, and I really, really wanted to meet you. Come down from that tree, Zacchaeus. Come down. So Zacchaeus came down, and Jesus said to him, Zacchaeus, and he brought him to the front of the crowd, and he said, Zacchaeus, I want to come to your house for tea. Well, the people all started to moan and groan and said, does Jesus not know what sort of man that Zacchaeus is? He steals money from people. He's a bad man. How can Jesus possibly go to his house and have some tea and talk to him and spend time on his own with him? That's not right. But Jesus did go to Zacchaeus' house. I'm going to put my crowd away. They both went to the house. And Jesus talked to Zacchaeus. And he showed Zacchaeus that what he had done was wrong. And he showed Zacchaeus that if he really wanted to follow Jesus, and if he really wanted to love Jesus and know Jesus himself, he had to ask forgiveness for the things he had done wrong. And he had to let Jesus forgive him. And that's what Zacchaeus did. And what's more, not only that, he changed completely. He went round to the crowd, and all that money, remember this money, that he had taken away from them, he gave them back. Because he was changed. Jesus had changed Zacchaeus. He had made him a better person. And after that, Jesus kept on thinking about what Jesus had said, and he kept on remembering, I can't. Every time he went to do something wrong, he thought, I can't do that because Jesus wouldn't like me to. But sometimes he forgot. But he knew that what he had to say then was that he was sorry. And then it would be okay. And then he could still love Jesus and still know Jesus. So that's my story of Zacchaeus. And it teaches us an awful lot about what happens when we know Jesus. We're still going to do some things and they're going to be wrong, okay? We try and live the way Jesus wants us to live, but we do still do some things. But God sent Jesus so that if we did something wrong, we could ask forgiveness and we could then be right with God again and right with Jesus. Now, I don't know about you, but before I come and I talk to God, I usually have to say sorry for a few things so it doesn't get in the way. So that's what we're going to do now. This is a good way of doing it. I have a sorry bin, okay? And inside I have some paper. And I'm going to write some of the things that I have maybe done wrong, okay? And this is such an easy way to do it. So, okay, there's one. Okay. Okay. And you know, I'm not showing anybody this. I don't have to. This is between me and Jesus. Okay? But what I'm going to do, because I know Jesus forgives me for the wrong things I do, I'm going to roll it up. That's what happens when we get forgiven. It gets forgotten about and it gets thrown away. And that was my other one. I'm rolling it up. What I've done wrong gets forgotten about and it gets thrown away. And we can then go back to knowing Jesus and knowing God in the way that He wants us to. So I'm going to pray now. And I'm going to give us a wee chance. You probably haven't got a piece of paper in your hand, but have an imaginary piece of paper. Or if you want to pause, you can go and get one. If you want to go and get a piece of paper now, and we'll wait, and then bring it back and write what you're sorry for. Okay? And then I'm going to pray a prayer. And you're going to imagine you are throwing this, you're going to crumple it up and throw it in the bin, okay? Because once we've said sorry for it, we are forgiven, okay? So I'm going to pray. Dear Lord, thank you that you sent your Son, Lord Jesus, to come to earth. And through Him, by saying we're sorry to Him, we can come to you, we can come to Jesus and say we're sorry. And so we're sorry for what we've written on our piece of paper now. we're going to crumple up those and we're going to throw them into the bin. And we're going to pray that you'd help us not to do those things again. But we do know that if we do, you are so loving to us that you will forgive us. And thank you that we can do that. And thank you that we can know you. Amen. Now we've another song to sing, and it's all about Zacchaeus. So again, if you want to click that when we've finished. And we've some crafts that you can make to do with Zacchaeus as well. And there are links on the Facebook or the website for that as well. It's been brilliant being with you, hasn't it, Sing? Yep, it's been brilliant being with you today. And I hope to see you again next month when we'll be thinking a bit about Jesus first coming to earth as a baby at Christmas, because it'll be nearly Christmas there. Okay, so goodbye for now.